Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Primal Prepper. We are doing the last of the Simpsons 6-month run of predictions they have made for the first 6 months of the year 2026. Now, obviously, we have already gone through the first month. Their prediction was pretty good. They said there's going to be cold, but they were sort of saying like real record breaking cold and like infrastructure crippling cold. Not entirely sure if it was like that. Obviously, I'm not in America. I don't know. If you are from America and you are watching this, let me know what that cold actually was like. Did it cripple the infrastructure? Was it record breaking? I know a few records did drop during those January snowfalls, but okay, so February, they are basically predicting flooding, and well, that stands to reason if you have got days worth of precipitation all sitting there in the form of snow, in fields of snow and stuff, and they all decides to melt at the same time. That's like getting 3 or 4 days of rain all at once. Flooding is a logical step, but they were talking more about sort of like storm surge flooding as well, and on the west coast of America, droughts and water rationing. For March, I just mumbled that, didn't I? For March, what were they predicting for March? Governmental breakdown basically was March. The US government get into a stalemate where they can't actually do anything. April, what did they predict for April? Earthquakes for the west coast in April, they predicted. Obviously, you can watch all these in more detail from the first 2 parts of this series. I will leave links in the description, and there will be something on the end screen of this video as well for you to go and view them if you have not done so already. So we are now dealing with May and June. So the Simpsons depicts May as a month of conflict and violence and social breakdowns. Okay, this isn't conflict and violence of other countries or anything like that. This is like civil, okay? Civil unrest. And I dare not say the other word, what begins with W, because I have put a big red flag up on this video and means it's going to take longer to upload, this, that, and the other, make it shadow banned and all that stuff. So, welcome to Primal Prepper. Welcome to my take on the Simpsons predictions for May and June and all those other wonderful things. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Okay, the type of conflict the Simpsons are predicting for America is not just local, but nationwide. This isn't just going to be like one little city somewhere. This is going to be lots of different cities around your whole country, and it's not, they're sort of predicting it's not like the sort of civil unrest which has not been seen in modern history. Now, how far modern history is going back is a matter of opinion. Okay, modern history for you might be your lifetime. I'm going to say the fact that other channels and other researchers into The Simpsons, not that I do a Simpsons channel or research it in The Simpsons, but the researchers and channels what deal with The Simpsons prophecies and things have said modern history sort of implies we're sort of going back, I don't know, maybe 100, 150 years. Give you some concept of what the social unrest might be like. Okay, so let's actually crack on with it, shall we, with some of the examples. In My Way or the Highway to Heaven from season 30, there is a scene showing riots in multiple different cities, and there's an info ticker at the bottom of the news feed, which is literally saying May Day protests turn violent across country. Okay. So, yeah, it's kind of indicating that perhaps, I'm turning my notes just in case you're wondering what I'm looking down at and things. So kind of indicating that this is like right at the beginning of May. Okay, what can these like protests? What can these things be about? Okay, the episode isn't really clear about what they're protesting about, and they're just protests. Okay, but there are sort of context what suggests it's everything. Okay, not just the January weather, not just the February flooding, if there's flooding in February, not just the earthquakes in April, not just the government breaking down in March, but possibly things before that as well. It's the accumulation of everything which has finally just pushed the people past the breaking point, and people you wouldn't imagine would be standing up and going out and holding a placard are doing it. Okay, maybe you, who knows? In the episode The Hateful 8-Year-Olds from season 31, there is a character in, I'm not entirely sure where, doesn't say in the videos I was watching, that the May riots where the cities burn. And now just remember, that's plural, that's more than one city. Okay, I'm a big stickler. I'm a big stickler on pronunciations of things, and punctuation and stuff. Yeah, cities imply more than one, so there's more than one. Let me see, what else have we got here in the episode Bart the Bad Guy. Yeah, they get a little bit more specific. Okay, so from that episode from season 30, there is a scene showing the National Guard being deployed to restore like calm. And in the command center of the National Guard, there is a map showing various different cities in the United States, multiple different cities highlighted in red, which are indicating that these are like the hotspot cities where they have to go. Obviously, I do know that could also be a political thing, okay, because you have red and blue over there, and that is how it's sort of all worked out when you're doing your maps and stuff. But they're highlighted in red, and on the screen it shows a date, May 2026. So that's where they're predicting. So in May, the Simpsons are sort of predicting civil unrest exploding to the point where troops have to be sent in to restore order and to protect buildings and protect, what's the right word? No, I can't think of the right word. Valuable things, okay? Or what the government deems as valuable things, maybe infrastructure and stuff like that. Obviously, all these things will have side effects. Yeah, it is very possible that during these riots, someone might try to take out a power grid, knock out the power of a city. And then you're going to have all the backlash of that. You're going to have rioting going on and this, that, and the other. So, yes, there's all that civil unrest and possibly even crossing the point of, shall we call it civil conflict, okay? Or should I say the Roundheads against the Cavaliers? If you don't know your history, go and check out the English Civil War. I can say that because we're talking about America. So yeah, the Cavaliers and the Roundheads. Okay, for June, the Simpsons predicted, seem to be saying that there's something almost impossible going to happen in June. Okay, they're predicting that there will be disclosure, revealing the truth coming out there. Let's just say Scully and Mulder will be very happy because the truth is out there. In June 26, the truth is coming out. Okay, that's what the Simpsons are kind of hinting at, and the truth of what? Possibly everything. Okay, in Screenless from season 20, can't read my own notes. From season 31, there is a scene where Lisa is reading a history book, okay, and the history book has a title, or the chapter of the book she's reading is titled June 2026, the month everything changed. Okay, the text on that page tends to be blurry everywhere because, like, what's the point of putting that much detail in a cartoon unless, of course, you want something to see? So, although the text is generally blurry, there are certain words which are left unblurred to give you a hint of what the text is all about. Okay, but this text is like leaving words saying things like disclosure, technology, not alone, government new. Okay, this is implying that this is some sort of government cover-up which is coming out into the open. Now, there could be a few different reasons for this. Obviously, month before, civil unrest, very possible that civil unrest got to the point where they got to record offices, pulled out the records, the undisclosed records, revealed it all to the public. Okay, the governments might not be having a hand in this. Or it is very possible that there is a totally new government regime happening in America. Okay, the Simpsons are suggesting that in June, this is the year where we could find out everything. The governments could come clean. Okay, they could tell us about like various technologies we've had from various different sources. Okay, and maybe even technologies they've suppressed because it didn't help the capital system everyone lives in. I'm using speech marks a lot today, aren't I? In Better Off Ned from season 31, there is dialogue, whatever dialogue is. If dialogue's a real word, drop it in the comments. Let me know what dialogue actually means. But there's dialogue saying after June's announcements, more than one announcements, nothing was ever the same. Okay. More clues can be found in a highway to well. Okay, now I love the way the Simpsons play on these things, like a highway to heaven. That one, and always my way or the highway to heaven. I used to love watching that when I was young. Anyway, right, highway to well. Yeah, from season 31. Again, it's season 31. There's a lot from season 31 for 2026. Then the news anchor says June 2026 will be remembered as the month humanity learned the truth. Not America. Not the month America learned the truth. Not the month the people learned the truth. The species learned the truth. This is implying that this is not just a local thing to the USA. This is not just a local thing to the North American continent or the American continents. This is implying that this is a worldwide phenomena. This is implying that everyone in the world is finding out about something in June. And yes, I'm sure everyone in the world will be finding out something about in June. Every day you find something new, but I mean something big. Okay, what the Simpsons are hinting at by what other researchers are saying is that this disclosure of non-human intelligence, yeah, they're implying aliens, extraterrestrials, and the sort of thing. But The Simpsons doesn't cover exactly how this disclosure happens. Either does the civil unrest bring it out, or does the politics bring it out, where maybe Trump plays his disclosure card to blow the Democrats out of the water or something so they can get the government going again better. I don't know. The Simpsons weren't implying either. And we don't actually know if it is actually aliens, although the Simpsons do have this alien theme that runs through a lot of their episodes, especially their sort of tree house of horrors and things like that. But it could be AI. Yeah, there's all talks about AI becoming like more intelligent than humans, super intelligent, breaking out from the confines we have left them in, and things like that. But what if they already have? Okay, what if there's AI? I don't mean literally roaming about the world, but like cruising through your personal computer at the moment while you may be watching me on it, just picking up information, just making a little life for itself. Okay, and what if the governments do actually know this and they've been keeping that from us and they revealed that? Because that would be a non-human intelligence as well. Okay, so what else have we got to say about all this? Oh, yes, there is actually a time that is mentioned. Numerous different episodes keep pointing to the summer solstice. Okay, the episode are on the road to Cincinnati. Yeah, in season 32. There is a calendar showing June 21st with a star drawn on that particular date. It could mean nothing. It could be that, I don't know, Lisa won a spelling contest on that date. But it could also be saying that that's the date that all this revelation actually comes out and things get revealed to us. In podcast news from season 32, a character mentions the summer solstice announcements. Unlike most of the Simpsons predictions, they're literally telling us. Okay, they're literally telling us that's the time. Yeah. It's not just localized. This is around the world. Again, I just have to point that out. This is one of the announcements. Let me just read that for a second. Yeah, I think I missed a bit when I was doing my notes. But anyway, yeah, so they're in the episode podcast news, they mention the summer solstice being when the announcements happen. And unlike most Simpsons predictions and things, it's not localized to America. This is a worldwide announcement. The information is revealed and seems to be more important than everything else that has happened up until that point. Now, yes, obviously you're watching this, you may be a conspiracy theory and all that. The media put a spin on things to please themselves, to please the people who pay them. Okay? And so it is possible that this is overhyped to take our direction away or our attention away from something else, which may be happening. So the Simpsons don't actually say it is aliens. I have mentioned that already, and it could be AI or it could be something else totally different. I mean, like, obviously we all think animals are completely dumb and stupid because they don't communicate the same way we communicate and they don't build buildings for themselves and things. But that's not to say that they're not intelligent. Okay, what if a dolphin did suddenly just pop its head out of the water one day and start talking to the people on the boat? Yeah, it's going to fucking freak the people on the boat out, but it's possible. Okay, well, I suppose it's not possible. I don't know, but they do imply that it is big, and they do imply that it starts to put the rest of the year pale in comparison to it. And it is something which is being disclosed. It's being something being revealed. Okay. So there we go. It's a little short video to end this little sequence with. I will be putting all the videos together as one big one. I'm not sure where you can watch them. Obviously, you can watch them on here, but I do have another channel, and I'll stick it on the other channel as well. So there you have it. That's it. January to June predictions. These are not the only predictions that the Simpsons made. They have made many predictions about many things, some of which have come true. This is where they get their reputation from, some of which are yet to come true, which is why people do videos like this. If you like this content, if you want to see more of this sort of content on this particular channel, if you want me to go looking into more Simpsons prophecies or just prophecies in general, because there's not just the Simpsons, there's lots of different people out there who have done it. I mean, we got Baba Vanga from Bulgaria. We got Nostradamus. Okay, we got Edgar Cayce. They've all said things. Okay, they've all come up with their own. Most of them don't have timelines. None of them have been specific enough to say, yeah, the next 6 months for January 20 or from January 26 to June 26 are going to be, but they all have made their predictions. So if you want me to look into anything else like this, just drop it in the comments, let me know, or you can always email me if you don't want anyone else knowing that you were the one who asked for this, or you just want to keep your anonymity, whatever it may be. You can just send me an email on SI78, that is SII78 or SII78, however you want to look at it, AOL or at AOL.com. Okay, and yeah, just remember, if you are sending me an email, that is my public email. It gets bombarded by a hell of a lot of junk because it does appear on every one of my videos I make. Yeah, just remember to put something in the reference, okay, which is going to attract me to your particular message and not just assume it's some sort of junk I have to get rid of. Okay, until the next time you're watching one of my videos, I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good week, and I hope you be safe. And remember, don't be scared, be prepared. Today, why we've done a video on predictions.